time for 28mm World War II action. Will you recreate history or reshape it your way? On the Bolt Action Hub at beastsofwar.com. Progress comes to a world of magic as science and the arcane combine to make marvels. Meet steampunk inventors and orc mystics at the Volsung Hub on beastsofwar.com.
Hello everybody, welcome to Conquering Kings of War. I'm joined by Rich from Mantic Games again.
Hello.
Today, on the front stage, we're going to be having a look at Cavalry and some of the tactics of how you're going to use these guys in-game.
Yeah, basically, with Cavalry, they tend to come in two forms. You get the troop level, which is going to, generally speaking, be 5. You get a regiment, which is going to be 10. How you use them differs greatly.
Right. Well, for me, I look at Cavalry thinking, right, if I'm going for the troop, these guys are going up around the side to harass you. They're going to distract some of your big blocks, trying to pull them out of formation.
Exactly. You want to get them up the flank, and you want to try and get those flank attacks in where you're getting your double attacks.
Yeah.
If you can get the rear, you're getting your triple attacks.
Yeah, which even on a 5-man unit can be absolutely awful. Because, I mean, like, here under close camera, we have your skeleton, your Revenant Cavalry.
Yep.
How many attacks do they get on the charge?
They get 8.
They get 8 on the charge. So if you're getting into the side, you jump into 16. If you're in the rear, that's 24.
Yeah.
So suddenly that small unit is acting as if it's a big unit, you know, big and beefy.
Add to that, they get Thunderous Charge. So when they do charge in, essentially they're getting crushing strength. They can devastate units.
Yeah. Now, your skeleton cavalry are slightly different from normal cavalry because they have the shambling rule.
Yes.
Which means you're going to have a necromancer or something behind them with surge, pushing them up the field. That seems to be the big thing for the skeletons.
Yeah, a lot of shambling units.
Yeah,
it fits with them. They're gribbly little things held together by magic, basically.
Yeah. Whereas if it was, say, my dwarven cavalry, which are dwarves on badgers,
they are,
which is quite weird, quite funky, and quite insanely cool. They probably have bigger movement, they can go at the double, and they can really start to play the movement game against your opponent to make him think, crap, those are moving so quick, I have to turn and face them, I have to catch them on the way past me, or something.
Exactly, and for dwarves especially, it takes the dwarves away from being that traditional firing line, and you've got an attacking dwarf army.
Static plod, where natural sprinters into combat.
Yeah, they're going to surprise a few people that have got a stereotype dwarven army in their mind.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, the dwarves still can't do their shitting, but anyway, let's figure out exactly what this Thunderous Charge does. So let's grab a set of my dwarves here.
Yeah.
All right, so these are my little rangers. You'll have seen these in the demo game we played. Now, we have them here. They're sitting pretty, they're happy, they're standing there ready to fire crossbows at the cavalry, but it's your turn. So what's going to happen?
My turn. I mean, at this range, I don't need to worry about surge, so what I would do is I'd just move into combat.
Yep.
Bang. We're in. We've charged in. So then what we're going to be doing, we're going to be rolling our standard 8 dice.
Yep.
And 8 dice. Now, they're pretty hard, the Revenant Cavalry, so we're going to be hitting on 4s.
Okay.
Which we like. Unless you might rolls. So we got 2.
Okay.
Now, normally your defense is...
Oh, defense of my... Well, that's my rangers. I've done a couple of handy little cheat sheets here, guys. So their defense is normally 4.
4. Now, because I've got Thunderous Charge... We're taking that down to 2 now, because I've got Thunderous Charge 2.
Ah.
So that's suddenly
2 bang, easy guaranteed.
2 damage straight.
2 damage straight into them.
And with dwarves, a lot of the dwarven units have defense of 5.
Yeah.
It's 3s. Again, I would have still got the damages in.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, with these guys being the rangers, they're that little bit weaker, so that they're on that 4. You know, they're lightly armoured, but they actually have speed 5, which is weird.
Yeah. They make up for their
quick dwarves. What the hell?
Scouting ahead.
Yeah, but okay, so that's how that works with a standard unit.
Yeah, with a standard unit.
To actually counteract that, you have spoke to me about units which are phalanx.
Yeah, we were talking about anti-cav. How do you combat cav?
So we have some rather nice skeletons here from the same army, but we're going to say they're from a different faction. Yeah. So you charge a unit with phalanx. Does it just completely nullify?
My Thunderous Charge, non-existent. It just completely nullifies that.
Okay.
So I go charging in like I would there.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I can't make use of my Thunderous Charge.
Yeah, so you'll roll your 8 dice, you'll get however many hits, and instead of knocking the armour down...
It stays where it is.
Okay, so it's something to think about, guys. If your friend has a lot of cavalry and you're needing to sort of, nerf them down, make it so that they can't do their stuff quite so well, start to look at phalanx, maybe look at hordes as well.
Yep.
Because hordes, even if they are taking more wounds, they are just heavy.
Yeah. And other cavalry, elves, for example, have got the Stormwind cavalry, which have a ridiculous range. They've got a 9-inch movement range. They're charging at 18 inches. So you can, if you're clever, you can just hover outside of the enemy cavalry's charge range, wait for them to make that mistake, and then slam in.
Well, I mean, like, movement seems to be a big part of this, because if you mess up your movement, your opponent's going to get the drop on you. Those first wounds are going to go onto you, and if you get really unlucky, you're going to be routing, or you're going to be left standing wavering for a turn, which means they get another shot at you.
Yeah.
So there are tactics to be played with this.
Positioning is just, I think, one of the key elements to the game. You've got to, you get your positioning right, and then get stuck in.
Yeah. The other question I had was, you see, if I have an individual character, now, where is he? Yes, my Lunatic Lord. He has to make it into every video.
He does.
If you were charging a single character, does that make any difference to it?
No, he counts as a unit.
Okay.
We're charging in.
Yep.
We're going to get into the fight with him.
Right, but because it's individual, do you get side, rear, or what?
No, you don't get your bonuses to...
Right, so he's just one guy he can turn and face.
Yeah, he's going to turn around and just fight back.
Okay, well, guys, that's cavalry. That's some tactics on how to use them, what the Thunderous Charge does, and how you're going to counteract them. Join us in Backstage, where we're going to be having a chat about some of the heroes, including my Lunatic Lord, on beastofwar.com. So, guys, see you in the next video.
See you later.
Because your heroes are, just quite handy to have about, you can start running them in and around. So say your cavalry were coming up and around here. Actually, I'll bring them back. They're coming up around here. Say my lord was standing behind the well. He doesn't want to have to run over the top of it. He can actually get himself into a position to get into melee with them in the side without actually having to worry about stuff.
Keep your blaster handy, the West is a dangerous place. Fight to survive as men turn to monsters and the dead rise on the Wild West Exodus Hub at beastofwar.com. Fight for the Iron Kingdoms as a warcaster. Take control of the mighty jacks, arcane devices, and dark sorceries to bring the fight to the War Machine Hub on beastofwar.com.